Just about 18 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock, welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Now, More Ways to Pay is a set of options provided to clients to honor their legal obligations to the HDC. It is intended to remove any hassle, inconvenience, or impediment to clients who sincerely want to pay their debts to the HDC. And so joining us this morning to talk more about it is the manager of the Financial System Service Delivery at the TNT International Financial Center, Mr. Carlos Newton. We also have the Assistant General Manager, Emerging Service and Innovation, Keno Cox. He was supposed to be here, but in his place, we actually have the Divisional Manager, Corporate Services at HDC, Mr. Jeremy Campbell, and we also have the Analyst at HDC, Mr. Atiba Pay. Gentlemen, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Doing fine.
So I'm familiar with this gentleman, so I know you two guys are new, so welcome. All right, so we have More Ways to Pay. I'm coming to you first because I wanted to know what is the rationale for this type of service, because we do have the traditional services, the over-the-counter and the salary deductions, but this one is new, right?
This is new. So what the agency is trying to do is to use technology to assist customers to make payments. So we do have the over-the-counter where you could come to the various offices to make payments. We also had Sure Pay, which is something we started a couple of years ago. More Ways to Pay is just another step in that direction to use technology to make it easier for customers to make payments to us.
And how are we using the technology? Is it that they can pay online now?
They could pay online. Basically, the salary deductions, all those systems are still in place. This is just another facility to make it easier for customers to pay the HDC.
Yeah. Now, as the analyst, Atiba, at HDC, what sort of impact you're hoping this new way to pay option will provide to the organization?
Well, it's a beautiful question because we have been monitoring the impact from its inception, because we initially launched this earlier in January. So we've been looking at the behavior and the patterns of spending of people actually using the platform, and it has been positive. We're hoping to drive more people toward this convenient way of paying. You mentioned earlier that we had the traditional means of paying, which is going over the counter. So it's another option that we're hoping that people would, see the benefits of, and they have already begun to see the benefits by their spending so far.
Yeah. Now, of course, this option is working in tandem with the traditional. There's still the traditional options as well, right? Of course, the question will always remain, what about those who don't have access to the internet, or those who, are not tech savvy? How are they going to be able to access this new system? And anyone can take this question.
Well,
okay, well, the traditional means are still in place. Right? You still have 3 strategically placed offices at Maloney, San Fernando, and the head office at South Key, Port of Spain. So you could still explore those options. Other than that, we understand that, it's an emerging technology, and we also have our CSRs trained at the HDC to be able to handle any questions, and we have been getting some questions. So people are they're gravitating toward the easier means of payment. They're seeing the benefits of it, and we are here to help them.
Yeah. And Carlos, I'm coming to you because as we talk about the technology, the new technology, how easy or simple is it to access that online?
Well, it's pretty simple to access online, and we at the TTIFC, being the mandated entity in government to digitize payments, we try to make things easy, and by doing this, we actually trying to have the ease of doing business with government, and HDC is one of those entities that we are first engaged, we're the first to launch. So it's pretty easy, pretty user-friendly for persons, and giving them the ability not to have to travel or transverse to any location to make the payment. They can make it from the comfort of their homes.
Yeah. Now, security will obviously be an issue. So walk us through the process. Is it that, for example, if I'm using my credit card, I have to input my credit card info in the system in order to pay the bill?
Yes, you have to do that. But at the TTIFC and through the HDC as well, we have partnered with the Security and Cyber Response team through the Ministry of National Security to ensure that every single payment made on the platform is safe and secure, so persons can interact with the platform, they can make the payments, and rest assured that it is secure.
Yeah. In terms of any issues or errors, so for example, if you enter a wrong account information, and I know this may rest as well with the banks as well, but if you enter like a wrong account information, a number incorrectly, what is the assurance that that money will be returned to my account, or at least I will be able to see some sort of redress for it?
Well, the same principles apply to any normal payments that you would make on a regular day-to-day business. The same payments apply. So you can be rest assured those same principles will assure you that your payments will be returned to your account in the event of any errors or any anything that is to happen while you're making that payment.
Yeah, we have seen big businesses fall to cybersecurity attacks, right?
Yes.
From supermarket chains, etc. What sort of guarantee or assurance you can give that maybe this wouldn't happen, or if it happens, I know that my personal information is protected?
Yeah, and this is where we have partnered with private sector entities to ensure that this happens. As I mentioned before, having engaged with the cybersecurity and response team through the Ministry of National Security, we are trying to ensure that these things, if they do happen, can be mitigated quickly, and also putting the necessary things in place to ensure that they don't happen.
Yeah. Nice. Now, Jeremy, I'm coming back to you because I know that HDC has been boasting that they're the first organization to go digital. I mean, what is the benefit of this sort of online platform now to the corporation?
So a lot of things are happening. We are in a process where we are transforming the HDC. So in having an online platform, it allows us to change dynamic and change the way in which the customers view the HDC. The goal is to make ease of doing business with the agency easier. The perception is that agency is this phantom that is difficult to interact with the CSR, is difficult to get information. So using transformational technology allows us to bridge that gap. It also allows us to make it easier for customers to pay, because we know there's this perception that when you get an agency house, you don't have to pay, but you have to pay, right? So we are very proud that we have partnered with our partners, and we are the first state enterprise to actually have this in place, and hopefully other state entities will follow our lead, and we will be able to change the culture of how persons perceive public sector businesses.
Yeah. Jeremy, I think I read somewhere as well that one of the reasons for the more ways to pay option was to sort of bring in money, because I know it's no secret the amount of arrears that HDC has. How possible is this given this new system that's about to go on stream?
So, because it's another arm, we believe, as Atiba would have said, it's another way in which we could track our revenues and could track our revenue streams. The other options where SurePay is concerned, persons could pay via Massy, so it's easy if you're buying groceries, you go and pay HDC one time. Now, if you are home, you're just watching TV, watching Netflix, you just go on your phone and pay us as well. You know, we want to get to that point where paying HDC is similar to you having to pay your car loan. You don't miss with your car loan, you don't miss with your mortgage. We want to get it to that point and just pay HDC one time.
Yeah. And how far is HDC taking this? Is it that you're going to be going, let's say, for example, in rural areas, those people who aren't able to come out of their houses, are you also going to take mobile buses to them with the online option to encourage them to pay their
we
mortgages?
We have explored that. Obviously, there's security concerns. Obviously, we're taking money on site, but it's something that we have explored with the managing director and the board and my security team as well.
Right.
But it is something that we want to explore to see how we could go to those far areas, because the agency has a very wide net of sites. We have sites in Mayaro, Toko, and some of those areas may not have the ability to come to the city center to make payments. So that's why the online platform is so viable, but we are looking at other options to engage those customers as well.
Yeah. Atiba, do you know if the system is online? Is it on stream? Like, can I, for example, right now go to pay my mortgage or rent?
It's online. It's online now. Actually, it was launched back in January. And this phase of it is really, I won't say the second phase, but it's now catching on. But it's online. You can go right now to our website at hdc.gov.tt. On the banner, you'll see more ways to pay, and you can connect right from there.
Yeah. I think also one of the things when you're doing online transactions are those hidden fees. So if I'm paying my mortgage for $500, is it really going to be $550? Like, are there any fees that I need to be concerned about while I'm doing this online transaction?
Right. Well,
Atiba.
Okay. Well, there are fees. The truth is there are fees. I would say there are necessary fees. We call it convenience fees. Just picture it. You are in a rural area and you have to come to the office or one of the offices to make payments. You'll pay a transport cost. You'll pay some kind of convenience fee to get to where you have to pay it. The online platform does take a convenience fee. Right now, I was just talking to Jeremy offline. We're actually in negotiations to see how we could, even amend these fees and make them a little more palatable for people to pay. But there is a necessary convenience fee.
Yeah. Now, either Atiba or Carlos can also take this one. In terms of, well, we mentioned the processing fee, but can you walk us through how we're using the system? Is it, for example, a username and password that you need to input, and then walk us through exactly what information we need to input in order to pay our bills online? And anybody can take this question.
Okay, all right.
Atiba?
Well, the first thing is to head to our website at www.hdc.gov.tt. On the banner, the headlight banner, you're going to see more ways to pay. as one of the options. Once you click more ways to pay, it'll take you to the payment portal. It's pretty simple and straightforward. It requests and it extracts information from you, like your name, your account number, and other sorts of information like your email address, phone number, etc. Then it allows you to pay.
Right.
When you pay, it will take you to different payment options. When you click pay, it will take you to different payment options. So not only are you able to pay with credit card, but your debit card facility is also there. We are trying to make some links as far as PayPal is concerned, and Google Pay, Apple Pay, etc. So because we also want to reach the diaspora. You may have people in different countries want to maintain properties across here in Trinidad and Tobago, and we want to make it possible for them to do that as well. It will show you exactly how much you are going to pay. You enter your credit card information and click submit. You have a receipt that you could keep for your records, downloadable or screenshot, and it will be applied to your account.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned, the access to the site, that means that people in the diaspora can pay your bill for you as well. They have that option.
Yep. Yes.
Interesting. Yes. Carlos, is there any concern that at any point in time the website would be jammed with too many people kind of accessing it, and that may cause some issues on the back end?
Oh no, there's no at this point in time there's no such problem, or we don't foresee any problem such as this, because this is a regular system as any other system that you use on a daily basis. The Amazon, the eBay, these different types of platforms. So it's the same platform, same type of platform. Through the partnerships we have created in the private sector, they have assured us that this is not going to happen, so you don't have to look for things like that.
Yeah, and as you mentioned partnerships, how did the partnership come about with HDC?
Well, being the mandated state entity, TTIFC, we were mandated by government to digitize payments across government. So that's been the state entities, ministries, department agencies, any of those. We are mandated to digitize payments. So being that entity, HDC reached out to us, and knowing that we didn't want to create things in silos, we don't want to duplicate things that we're doing in government, we're able to partner with them, bring partnerships to the table in the private sector. With Kino is not here today, but through TSTT to really bring this initiative to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. So this is where the TTIFC is filling that spot to completing our mandate.
Now HDC is first. Can you hint to who might be the other organization?
There are a number of organizations in the pipeline.
Good save,
There's a number of organizations out there that are coming very soon.
Yes.
To making payments more convenient and ease of doing business in government. So there are there are about 3 to 4 right now in the pipeline that we're going to be bringing forth for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. Jeremy, I guess my final question overall will be, how do we change the culture to encourage people to trust the online system a bit more? Because we know there are some people, they have the internet, they have the phone, they have all the services at home, but they like the face-to-face interaction when they go in and they talk to the customer service representative. So how is HDC trying to get that cultural shift to encourage people to go online to make payments?
Right. So we know that this is a process, not an event. So obviously we know we need to have continuous communication with the communities, the customers. We need to have more engagements like these, interviews to be out there to educate persons, have the partners with us to explain that, okay, it's a safe way to make payments, but we understand the customers that we have historically, and they like to go in to pay. But we know that over time, just with everything else, in 1995, nobody would have wanted to pay it online, but now everybody does it. So it's just a matter of time, but this is a move in the right direction for the HDC, and we are glad that we are first, and we intend to be first in a lot of more things.
Yes. And Atiba, finally remind us where we can go to make those payments, the HDC's website.
Thank you for asking. We want to remind people that they can go to www.hdc.gov.tt and look for the more ways to pay. It's highlighted in our orange banner, and you can proceed to make your payments. You'll be directed to the payment portal. We'll extract the necessary information, and you can make your payments with ease.
Nice. Well, Jeremy, Atiba, Carlos, thank you so much for coming in this morning and just sharing the information about the more ways to pay option. And I hope that people will see the benefits of it and, of course, use the system. So thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And that's how we're going to wrap this segment. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Stay with us.